but talking about speaking of sequels, Under Siege 3, which is
in space, right? With aliens.
That's a rumor. I think I heard something to do with like a X-Files type plot or something like that.
Aliens jumping out of cakes.
So it's the Secret Attack Force.
Well, that shitty direct-to-video movie.
The one that they stopped everything by blowing up a computer. And had the fucking Men in Black blinky eyes and shitty film.
Well, see, I know Steven Seagal was up for more and Warner Brothers, but sadly, the two hated each other. It's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like lawsuits involved too between Warner Brothers and Steven Seagal?
I guess after seeing on Daily Ground, maybe. And I like the guys on Daily Ground, but when you find not polar bear, but fucking just grizzly bear, whatever the hell he was fighting in a dream, and has like a 10-minute speech about oil, even though he blew up. Then he blew up the oil tanker, and then he has his 5-minute speech about pollution. I'm like, you just blew up an oil tanker. Where did that oil go?
It went into his hair.
I don't think Under Siege 3. I don't think it would have happened. It's just.
I'm sure if those films were hits on Daily Ground, and I don't think Under Siege 2, which I like, I don't think it did too well. I mean, that was on Daily Ground was sort of the turning point where his films were not being hits anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, The Glimmer Man, which I liked, that was a flop. Down Below was a flop. And then his ego didn't help either.
I mean, nowadays you're just not going to see it. I mean, you would see Under Siege 3, Donut Territory.
And that movie that didn't even have his voice in it.
Oh, there's quite a few that he doesn't have his voice.
Belly the Beast.
There's like 5 or 6 of them.
Sounds country.
Honestly, sadly, I could see Under Siege 3 happening just with all the nostalgia stuff coming back. Because of all the Seagal films, that's the name people remember the most.
Mm-hmm.
So I would not be surprised, but it'd be like maybe a sequel reboot or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even if it's direct-to-video. Well, look what they did with Universal Soldier. Regeneration and day raping.
So is Casey Ryback going to be the villain this time?
No, he's going to be Colonel Kurtz or whatever that is.
I would really like to see a sequel to Perfect Weapon with Jeff Speakman. Because he's been really out of the limelight.
Or anything with Jeff Speakman, just anything.
And he's in better shape than Seagal.
Yeah.
But, talking about Brandon Lee, he was offered to play Bruce Lee's father in Dragon and Bruce Lee story, and he declined. Which I can understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Lee's father? Or the lead?
I mean, the lead, Bruce Lee. I mean, Brandon Lee, his father.
Oh, okay. I thought, I'm like, Bruce Lee's father. Okay, the lead, okay.
Yeah.
I can understand, because he didn't want to be in his father's shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Keaton turned down The Fly. He was going to play Seth Grundle.
Wow.
Which I would have been interesting.
Wow.
Speaking of Brandon Lee, I think that was the Wachowskis' first choice for The Matrix.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think when they first wrote it, their first thought was Brandon Lee.
He was perfect.
Oh, yeah. And real quick on The Matrix, I know there's a few people they wanted for Neo. Will Smith, but he turned it down to do Wild Wild West. I think he even Lou Diamond Phillips, because he said he was sent the script, but his agent told him the movie would flop.
That would have been cool.
Whoa.
So I'm sure Lou Diamond Phillips fired his agent right after.
That would.
And then, go ahead.
So that would have been nice. Optional bell for LDP.
LDP for life. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Today's his birthday, by the way.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, LDP. Sorry you didn't get The Matrix. Fire your agent.
Maybe you'll get the remake.
Oh, God. The reboot.
Yeah.
Sequel reboot. And the Matrix, other stuff, Sean Connery was approached to do one of the sequels, but he didn't understand the script, and that's why he did League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, because he was mad that he passed over the Matrix and Lord of the Rings. He regretted them.
Yeah, I heard he was supposed to play Gandalf.
Yeah. I think in Matrix he was going to play, I want to say the Architect in one of the sequels. And then Jet Li was going to be in the sequel. I think it was the guy that in the sequel where Keanu Reeves is fighting him and the guy's like testing him to see how good he is. And
oh, that was going to be Jet Li?
yeah, was that Donnie Yen, or I forget who it was. I forget the actor's name who did it, but yeah, I guess that was actually supposed to be Jet Li, but he turned it down.
Wow. That would have been cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But speaking of action movies, talk about Lethal Weapon. Originally, the original director was Leonard Nimoy, but he didn't feel comfortable making an action film.
Wow.
So he was, which he was already busy with 3 Men and a Baby.
I like the combination we got. I love that saxophone too in there. The saxophone music. It's almost like a different character. It's almost like the fourth wall character.
Well, did Leonard Nimoy, did he direct after 3 Men and a Baby? Anything else?
We did a TV show but that was before, I think. Yeah, that was
the sequel.
No, he did not direct the sequel 3 Men and a Baby. No, I don't remember him ever directing another movie again.
Well, I know before he probably directed Star Trek 4, right?
He did 3 and 4.
3 and 4. Okay.
And In Search of.
Looking up, he did like a couple like straight-to-video movies that no one knows about, like film with Patricia Arquette called Holy Matrimony, like little small films, but no big films after the 3 Men and a Baby.
That was a great movie too.
Yeah.
But back on the topic of Total Recall, there was supposed to be a sequel, and in the original script, the hero was now a reformed police officer who, with the help of Martian clairvoyance, can stop murders.
Yeah, Minority Report, right?
Yeah, which became Minority Report, which is an indirect sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I would love to have seen Total Recall 2, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Can you imagine Arnold taking out his eye? That would be cool.
Get your ass to Mons.
Bring back Verhoeven. You know, that would cool.
Lethal Weapon 5 is supposed to happen, where Riggs will be on the verge of retirement, but needs Murtaugh's help for one final case, which now they're doing a series with Damon Wayans.
Yeah.
Directed by Mick G.
The cheeseburger.
Mick G doing the pilot.
He's probably gonna make Riggs Benjamin McKenzie from the OC.
It's gonna suck. Like the Rush Hour series, it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
Did you see a preview for the Rush Hour series?
I'm scared to watch it.
I didn't bother.
But talking about Superman earlier, Superman 5 Reborn is supposed to happen. First order of business, like they hired a bona fide comic book writer to come up with the story, and Brainiac was going to be the main villain, something like that. But I guess after Superman 4, The Quest for Shit, they didn't want to do it. I guess never happened, never came to be.
Did you see those Bizarro outtakes?
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah, for Superman 4, yeah, they're pretty bad.
Yeah.
Back to the Future 4 is supposed to happen. There was a script passed around with treatments for Back to the Future 4 and 5, where Doc Brown inadvertently caused a UFO crash in Roswell. He would be responsible for that, and Marty McFly would be would be replaced by a female scientist.
I'm okay with the first part. I'm not okay with the second part.
I have no idea.
You need Marty, or else it's not Back to the Future.
Yeah, even Bob Gale says that. The co-writer says that it'd be stupid. Make
it is stupid. It sounds stupid.
They could even work in his Parkinson's as an effect of traveling time and being too close to plutonium. They could have. There's every way they could have put Michael J. Fox into that. I guess he just didn't want to do it.
But how would you make Back to the Future 4? At the end of the third movie, they had a whole train. I mean, we're going to rebuild the DeLorean?
Yeah, they probably rebuilt the DeLorean. Or use something new. Doctor Who crossover or something.
But Bloodsport 2, no, Van Damme wanted to do it for a long time. I think they were going to do it, but Frank Dukes nixed the project. Got a couple more, Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash.
I would love to have seen that, but
yeah.
Fuck Sam Raimi.
What did Sam Raimi have to do with it? I mean,
well, it's just Sam Raimi, honestly. He didn't want to have Ash in there because he wanted to save him for Evil Dead 4, which became that fucking TV series, and a remake. Just The Grudge, which he produced, was a huge hit, and it's like, wait, we could use, put the Evil Dead and not use any of that for this Freddy vs. Jason thing. Save it for a remake, and then they remake it.
Yeah, you would think that it would have been so easy too, seeing how Freddy, you could use the dream world. Ash could just wake up from it like a dream in the TV show.
But they wanted to save it for a remake and do their own thing.
But
that sucks too. That all that fucking around back then delayed it so long because they had to go back and get all the rights from all the different studios or something like that. And in the end, I don't even think they got all the rights, right? They only have the rights for Evil Dead 2 or something like that. Did they put into the TV show?
I think the first two. They don't have Army of Darkness.
Yeah. Sad.
And the last one I got is Ferris Bueller's Day Off 2. There's a sequel that's going to happen. We bring back Matthew Broderick in his 40s. He would take a day off from work, and hilarity would ensue. And they had a script, and they shopped it around, but no one picked it up.
I'm kind of interested, but I don't know. I don't think it would have worked without the original director, right? Wasn't it John Hughes for that?
Yeah, John Hughes.
He passed away, right? So that I don't think that would have worked out too well.
Maybe. But even like the early mid-90s, John Hughes was kind of losing steam.
Yeah, I mean, he pretty much quit after Curly Sue.
Yeah.
Pretty much just said, fuck it.
Like, who would he be working for? Rooney? That character died too. The guy who played Rooney, right? He died too, right?
So he's still living.
He's still around?
He's still around.
He's just
pedophile.
He just like child porn.
Okay, it's just as bad then.
Jeffrey Jones.
Okay, forget him then.
He's dead in our heads.
He's dead to me, so I thought he was dead.
I call him Jeffrey the Pedophile Jones.
Yeah.
Pedo Jones.
Oh God.
Here's the thing with Ferris Bueller too. They would just, if they didn't, that would be all shitty, gross out humor.
Yeah.
You notice what they do? It'd be a lot of gross out humor. They wouldn't be clean. It wouldn't be, because Ferris Bueller was not raunchy humor. It
exactly.
was completely different. I don't think they would. They just go a different route, and I don't want to see that.
Well, nowadays it would be a sequel that would turn into a reboot.
Yeah, that too.
Starring Justin Bieber.
Be Ferris Bueller's son having a day off.
Yeah, Ferris Bieber.
But that's all I got for this discussion.